afternoon, everyone. Here you find me in my usual mess, and I have one video for Christmas, but I wanted to sort of go backwards and just show you how I'm going to approach doing my covers. So I've already, for each, I'm making 5, and for each one I've sort of printed out possible pages. Oh, there's a blank page. Oh, see that one? Those are extras, those ones. You know, I've printed out the new kit and the pages that may or may not go in the journal out of the printables. And then I chose my books. This happens to be a book that had a very small spine and it was kind of broken, but I kind of liked this book. It's 1937, and I'm thinking I'm going to leave L'Arte Italiana and possibly try and leave the 1937 there. And I'm going to have this, I'm going to slow stitch this, put that on, that's going to go on the spine. So what I need to do for this one is I need to cut a new spine, and I'm just saying, yes, I'm going to cut here. So I'll get my cutting board, this one, because I don't use this one. I like to keep it as tidy as possible. So then I'll just put it on here and trim it, but I need to see, do I have one of those things? Yes, I do. What are they called? You know, one of those. And then I put it, I've got to stand up for this. Did I ask anyone how you are? I hope you're well. Put it there. I don't know when I'm going to publish this video, but as I was working on these today a little bit, I'm just going to record a little bit of this video. I'm going a little bit crooked, but it's not the end of the world. So I'm going to cut it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be covered. And I think I just want to see. I don't, like, you need a bit of a spine for Christmas, but if you only want to put one Christmas in something, then this is about 3.5 inches. So I think I am going to cut it down to 1.5. I think that's more than enough, because I'm going to put 3 signatures, and I think 1.5. So probably be something that could be used for 2 Christmases, I would say, because there's going to be a lot of pages. This is not a very sharp one. I had a sharp one. I think Steffi took it. Cheeky monkey. You've seen me do this before, but this is how, if you had a book with a, I haven't cut that very well at all. If you have a book with a very small spine, this is how you would increase it. You cut the spine off. Basically just grab your scissors and trim along. I trimmed along the edges there. And do a new one. And this is just the back of a notepad. I do have my face right next to the phone, so you probably can hear me very well. It's not cutting at all. I really do need to get a new one. Let's see if I can cut it now with my scissors, probably. Oh dear, I'm not doing a good job. As I said, it's going to be covered completely, so you won't even see it. And then I've got another book. So and I've been doing some other ones as well that I've already done. So this one now is ready to go. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to put it away. That's the back. That's the back, so that goes on that side. I'm not going to join them together yet. Well, I could join them together with some packing tape. Normally I prefer to glue directly on my fabric, just in case the packing tape doesn't stick too well. But I want to put, before I put the fabric on, I want to put some book page here. So let me see what I can find. This is ripped, so this could be a good one. I can put the ripped edge, I can glue, oh, that's going to be great. I'll glue that on. It's old rag paper, so it's good. And I'm just going to tear down here because it is going to be covered. I'm just going to cover it with some sort of linen-y sort of hemp. Is that enough? No, I've got to tear off more. One side I'll do the old rag paper, and the other side I will maybe use some sort of decorative paper, I think. I don't know how it would go so crooked all the time. I just want to take a little bit off the bottom. Okay, good. That should be enough. Let's check. Let's see. No, I might take a little bit more off. Just a tiny bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually grab my glue stick and swoosh a whole lot of glue all over the cover. Got an itch. Make sure I don't have any air pockets or anything like that. Let me just double check. Doesn't really matter which one I put, but I did manage on one to glue it upside down, but then I put stuff on the spine so you wouldn't know anyway. And then before I attach I'm going to attach the spine, but before I attach my slow stitch piece, I'll have to stitch in my signatures. So I would need to prepare those. So we'll do that. We'll prepare signatures for one, but not today. I just wanted to do covers. These are Christmas covers and different, well, yeah, a few different things. So that's that. Just make sure it's all glued down. I can come under the edges with a wet glue if they're not, but I think I got my glue everywhere. Then on this side, I want to put, I think I'm going to put a Florentine paper. Let's see this one, if it's big enough. Not that one. That one I like the look of. Oh, it's going to be nearly perfect. So I'll put that there. So I just need to take a bit off the bottom again. I might take a bit off the top. Hopefully I go straight. You never know. Oh yeah, not too bad. And yeah, let's glue. Put the glue everywhere on this one. Right. Okay. I think that's enough. And good. Great. Okay, so I've glued down, covered the inside of my book. Now, what I'm going to do is use my mat to give me a guide. I'm going to put my, let's get rid of all this mess, put my spine there. It doesn't matter that it's not perfectly straight. I don't think it matters. Put this here. Leave a little gap. Now, do I need to trim that down a bit more? No, I don't think so. It's not perfectly straight, but anyway, leave a tiny gap. And this one. It is nice to use your grid mat just so that you can sort of line things up a little bit. Move them in very slightly. And you need to leave a little bit gap so that when you can open it really easily, otherwise it won't open. I do have some, it'll probably move and I'll have to adjust it again. But anyway, I've got some nice hemp here left over. It's not going to be good that way, so I have to do it this way. So I'm going to put a little snip in here and nip it. And you see it's already moved, but that's okay, we'll sort it out. Just take off the excess. To do my height, I'm going to just fold it like that. It's not a super, you know, stiff or rigid hemp. Like this is a more, look how that, I mean, it has been painted, but that's a more stiff hemp. This is a looser weave and softer, more used sort of one. Okay. So then I'm going to line up. Let's line this up again. I'll probably have to jiggy it again. I'm going to put that, I put it up the top here, and then grab my PVA glue. Actually, maybe I'll put it on here first. I swoosh my glue around. And this is going to hold it all together. And then I'll have my stitched spine that will also then hold it all together. I don't bother covering this because it's going to have signatures stitched into it, so I don't worry about that too much. I have moved it now. As long as I sort of get the width for the glue on the covers. I can line it up again in a minute. I'll just lay that down there. And I need my silicone thing, and it was here. Oh, here it is, because I have been using it today. So spread your paint around. Not your paint, it's glue. I'll line it up again in a sec. I want my glue everywhere on this. First, I think I'll glue it to the one side, and then we'll do the other side. So let's line this up here. Make sure that's straight. I'm just going to stand up so I can see better. Move it in a bit closer. And attach that. Oops, I've gone too far up now. You know what? Oh, I could have done it the other way, just a sec. First of all, I've changed my mind. I'm going to attach it here and kind of center it. Oh my goodness, can't get my act together today. Like so. Okay, and then I'm going to grab this one like this. And then I need to swoosh the glue around on this one a bit. It's already drying. Okay, that's how you do it. And I'm going to grab a wet one. Got a new packet here. Okay. Pretty dirty books. Right, so that is the cover. put back together, increase the spine. And then we'll be gluing on the slow stitch piece. I just wanted to see, I don't think I have any here. I don't have any here of the, it's out there, the other paper, the tape. You could then get tape and glue that. And glue it on the outside and then cover it. I think I will do that. So I'll go and get it in a sec. But that's that one. And then this piece, it's not stitched down yet, but this piece is going to be stitched and totally cover that. But first I would need to stitch my signatures into it. But I think I'm going to glue on some packing tape. So we'll go and do that in a second. I just wanted to show you first some of the other ones. I've got this one here. I've got scraps of paper here. I need to put those there. Because I've got so many, I'm in a bit of a mess. I've got this one here. I haven't glued this down yet because I want to stitch around it. I'm going to go around it with my sewing machine. But this one has a yucky. I left the spine soft. I did the same. I didn't have to increase this one's spine because I feel like that's big enough. But it had like a cardboard in there that was gross. Something like this. I don't think it was this one. That was sort of all curling and everything. I took that off because it was coming off. And so it's a nice soft spine, this one. I left the fabric. So I put 1700s book page there. A little bit of, they were a little bit short, so I put some beautiful Florentine paper. And then again here I'll stitch in my signatures, and then I'm going to have this slow stitch piece go on there. And then I'm going to put, this is a vintage postcard, and that's going to go there, on there. So that's going to be that cover, and its papers are over there. Then I've got another one. Let's see. So this one was splitting. I'm going to have to go. That's Stefano's cousin. I'll come back. It's been about an hour. I'm back. Steph's aunt came by because she wanted to see the house. So anyway, this is not going to be a super long video. I want to just show you the other books that I'd done. So this book here, let me have a look. Oh, see, I liked the fabric spine that it had on it, and it was cracking. So what I did was, and it was soft, it also had this kind of paper. I think this one was actually, no it wasn't, it was in the other one, but it had this in it. I took it out, and I glued, this is an original page from the book, and then I glued a Florentine paper in. And then instead of covering this spine, because I don't know, for some reason I like the texture of it, I just attached these little bits here that will just strengthen it, and the signatures will just be stitched in there. And then on this one I'm putting this vintage postcard with the paper, and I may put like something else, but I won't. I like, each step comes to me as I go. And again, I've chosen my pages for this one. So I just wanted to show you different binding methods. And again, this is soft, it doesn't have the cardboard in it, but I actually quite like that. Makes them quite malleable, and sort of, they lay really flat. Yeah, the journals. So that's that one. Let me see. Then I've got this one here. And again, I'm using this paper. This paper came from the Graphics Fairy premium website. It's a lacy paper here in one of their bundles, and I really love that paper. And so I just felt like it was really nice. It separated the image in a nice way from the background, is what I thought. These are scrapbooking papers. I think they come from Norway or somewhere like that. I can't remember, Maja. I can't remember what they are called. Now this spine here, because I haven't pulled them out for such a long time. This spine here, there's some of the original pages there. It's a nice leather spine, but I decided to attach, I might need to slip some glue under there. Just some lovely, there's some of my hand painted pieces of paper. I need to glue that down. And then inside I just glued that in there to strengthen it, and 1700s book page. I don't know if I already showed you that one. I can't remember. So that's that book. Do I have another one? Oh, I've got another one to do, which is this one. This one's spine is not too bad. It's a nice size. It's not. They're not. Some of them are not super old books. See. And I'm going to put that one on the front, and I think I was going to do all of them with this paper. Yeah, they're all going to have that paper. See how it's just so much nicer with that there. So I'm going to glue that on there, and then I'll rip around it. We'll do that now, and we'll finish off that book, and then I'll have a look at this other one. So all I did really was I brought my paper packing tape in. It's a shame about the stamp, but I got millions of those stamps, so they're just vintage. They're from the, I don't know if they're from this, oh, 68, there you go. I was going to say they're from the 60s or the 70s, these postcards. So I don't scan them. I mean, the images are lovely, but I haven't ever scanned them because I'm not sure about it doesn't say there's any copyright on them, but you know, they're quite common, and I think they're quite well known here in Italy, so I just prefer to use the original. I think they're lovely. And when I see cute ones of those, I buy them. So that's that. And I did go into my stash of them. I do it every year, so I go into my stash, my hoardy stash of them, and pick out which ones look best on the cover. I don't have that many left because I haven't bought them for a while. So then I just sort of eyeball tear it, and as I said, I'm going to stitch around them with the sewing machine before I glue them down. And I also need to deal with the book spine, what I'm going to do there. So this one here, and I'm not taking any orders for these. They're just gonna, what is available is going to go in my shop. So this one is, I've got to stitch that. What I needed to do was do this. So I'm going to still put a little bit of glue because I want to make sure that the packing tape will stick properly. Run some glue down there because of course it is holding everything together. You don't want it to peel off. And so then my slow stitch spine will be more decorative than structural, if you know what I mean. Okay. So I'm going to put 2 pieces on. I'm actually going to glue that, put that there, and I'm just going to grab the scissors, and I'm not going to go right to the bottom. I don't want to, I mean, it's actually quite a nice colour. I do like the colour of it. So I'll slide it down a bit. I'm going to just run it in there first, in the crease, and then just glue it. You won't even be able to see it, hopefully, when I think my piece will be wide enough. So this is where you might need one of these cards to flatten everything out, because it is a bit of a sticky business. So I really like making books like this, sort of not really sort of following any rules as to how the book should be made. I just like to wing it and do what I feel like doing and not worry whether it's proper book reconstruction. I just try to make sure in my brain that it's going to, you know, stay together is really more my goal, is to make a book that will stay together. And I mean, this is just brown paper packing tape. And I know in the States you can get one. I saw Raven Marie Smith once using one. You can actually get one that's really, you wet it like with a water paintbrush. You get a paintbrush and put water on it and you wipe it, and it's really super, super sticky. Now I haven't gone quite far up. I'll just put another piece on. I'd like it to go up a little bit higher. There. And so that's just going to hold all of my book together. And then, as I mentioned multiple times, my slow stitch piece is going to cover it. I will make sure it will cover it. And that book has been reconstructed. So here's the piece. So yeah, so that's going to go there and totally cover that, and you won't even see, but it's going to be nice and strong. Now, where are my other bits? So I'm not going to, I have to stitch this obviously, and I'm not going to glue it on until I've done my signature. So what I do then is just put that in there. Where's my, I've lost the image for it. Oh, I remember what image it was. It was the Stamperia paper one, so I'll come across it somewhere. And then I'll be able to, I slide it in the book. Trying to see if it's here somewhere. It must be here somewhere because we just had it. So those will just slide in there. We'll let that dry. I'm not going to glue on my Stamperia image until, I'm trying to find it. It's here somewhere. It really is. But I can't see it. Oh, here, it's right here in front of my face. I'm not going to put that on yet because the slow stitch bit needs to go under it. But I think it's going to be really pretty and different. So that's that one. And then I had this, I've got this one here. I can fold this one up and get it out of the way. It sort of keeps looking at me. They're just old pages. That one went with that. So I do try to keep a bit of, not that there's many original pages from this. It wasn't super old or anything, but I still like the cover, even though it's not that old. So that one's dry. I did that one yesterday. I just thought I better start. So they've got slow stitch bits, those ones. And if you remember my one from last year, I'll just grab that. Last year's one was a little bit more fiddly. I had the lovely marble covers. I don't think it was that old, the book. I can't remember. And I just took the hemp and glued on the tabs and stitched the signatures into them. You could actually stitch the signatures to the tabs and then glue it to the book, which is what I saw Caterina Giglio do with a different type of book. So that's my image. I've done it. That's sort of, I took my inspiration, even though I'm using this paper here, kind of from that original book page. And I did hand stitching, but this is like just so you can remember, this was what I did. Was this last year? Did I? Yes, I think it was last year's one. Yes, 2021. So all these fun things from oh, we went to Florence. I didn't remember that. So this one, but if you remember correctly, I had heaps of pages left. So, yep, I'm going to use this one this year as well in the build up to going to Australia. I don't think I'll take it. I was going to glue that on there. I don't think I'll take it with me because it'll be too heavy, but there's plenty of room in this one for me to work in it this year. So that's what's going to happen with that. I'll just put it up here. Yeah, so then I think the next video we will gather the bits and pieces for the pages, apart from the digitals, which I've obviously printed out. I do that. That's what I start off with. And oh, and I get book covers. Okay, so this one, what's happening with this one? We have this bit here. So what you do is I want to hold it back. I'm just going to trim off anything that I feel like is going to get in my way. And you could actually just do like a completely soft spine. You don't have to have them all rigid and stiff. It depends what you're wanting to do with them. I think that one's all right. I don't actually enjoy the curved spines so much. I know they look nice in the thing. I much prefer them to be a little bit more flat. But anyway, what I'm going to do here is the same process. So I'm going to, I'll put that over there. I'm going to get some papers. Let me think. I've got another piece of this ripped paper. I think I'll do that again, and some sort of Florentine paper. So I'm going to tear this. So this book is a bit narrower, so I'm going to tear it here. And I need to tear it there. If at all possible. And I'll just do a little crease here so I can see, because I can, because I've got enough paper there. I'm not worried about that rip there because I am going to have fabric. I like to put the fabric in the center on the spine, because it just is going to guarantee, like if you were to put paper, the paper can actually, it splits here, And also you want this is old. I'm not going to do too much repairing on there. You want it, the fabric's going to hold it all together. It's going to be very well glued and hold it all together. Now I actually like, well, no, I'll put it on that side. I want it in the front. So I'm going to just swish a lot of glue. Make sure I get a lot of glue. I'm not using my wet glue because I'm gluing down, you know, book page. I'm not gluing down cardstock. Sometimes I glue down cardstock. Actually, I probably should have done that. I need to use up my cardstock. But this time I'm gluing down old book pages, which seems to be a thing lately. I'm not sure what I want to do on this spine. Probably don't want to cover all of it. So I'll have a think about that. Slide that up before I push down the rest. Okay, and then over here we need to choose a paper. Oh, what about, do I have a piece wide enough? Probably. That's going to be good. I think I'll put that one there. Okay, so I'll just, again, eyeball it, fold that up about there. Okay. Okay. And that goes there. And then we need to just get some fabric, and maybe I'll choose something, because you will be able to see the fabric a little bit. So sometimes if I want to keep, if I like the end sort of papers, then I would just glue directly my fabric. If they're not too exciting to me, then I'll cover them with these things, but I'll put the fabric on afterwards. And I'm just going to see. I think I might have, let's see, what does this, no, I'd like something with a bit more colour. Sometimes what you want just doesn't, oh, I like that. I actually like the blue with the contrast with the green and the beige. And do I want it that wide? Yes, why not? Because it's actually going to curve down into this spine. I can't tear this fabric. I need nice fabric scissors that actually work. I can't tear this. Normally I fold it and cut in the fold, but anyway. Okay, so right, and I'm going to stay a little bit. I put my piece of fabric at the top to sort of measure, but I'm actually going to stay in a little bit because it is going to crease down. I'm going to swish some glue under there, but it's kind of rigid and stiff, that. If you don't get the glue right to the edge of your fabric, you can just slide some underwards after you've sort of put it in place. So don't worry about that. And I'm just going to squeeze an amount here. Remember, this needs to be glued down well because it's part of your holding your structure together. I probably should have taken that paper out actually, but anyway, I haven't. It is supporting the, I think this one had the leather spine, so get some glue down there. It's not popping up on that side. I'm just using a, it's actually a mask applicator. One of you ladies told me about it. Because I was just using our cheapo brushes to spread my glue, and I just kept forgetting to wash them and having to get new ones all the time. And then one of you said, what about the face mask applicators? And that's what these are, and they come in a pack on Amazon. I'm sure you get all kinds of different ones. So I've got this here, and then before I do anything, I'm going to push it in the center. See how it goes down. Make sure it sticks in the center, and then smooth it out that way. Run some glue down there. See how you can just run your glue down and it will stick. Okay, so that's the inside done. And then outside, oh, it's not leather, but oh, it might be leather. I really like that cover. I don't know that that spine, I don't know that I want to put too much on it. So it means I need to find some sort of lace or something. Just throw my fabrics. Okay, let's see what I have. I may have to sort of pause the video and go and find something. I do have a little bag of laces here that I need to sort out. I could go into my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery box and find something. I know I put a whole lot of stuff in there. See, sometimes I would just do that, but I've sort of gone past that now. It's not doing it for me anymore. Let's see this one. Now I want something, oh, this is beautiful. I want something sweeping down the edge. Let's just have a look. That's the right side. This has been taken off something. See, that's super pretty. I really like that. I think I would put it over my image in this case. Oh, I really like that. I do. See, it wasn't the other type of lace that I liked. It's this one. I'm going to put that there. And then, I don't know, I'll probably put something else on it. But I have to decide what. I love that. Okay. So, it's not that glue. I use my PVA glue for this sort of thing. Because this spine is in quite good condition. I quite like the sort of label-y thing that's been ripped off there, and I don't sort of really want to cover it up. That's why then I'll do something like this. Just going to clean my brush with. Okay. Oh wait, I needed to glue my picture on first. I forgot. In a flash. It's all right. So I was going to stitch around it, but it doesn't have to have stitching around it. It's glued pretty well, so I need to grab this. Wonderful smell coming from the kitchen. Steffi's is making a lovely farro and bean soup, soupy sort of thing. Okay, that'll be all right. Okay, I'm going to put that on. I'm going to put it slightly up. I'm going to put something down there. I don't know what yet. This is going to be a very long video. I thought it was going to be a short video, but I seem to be taking a long time. I'll mess about with that in a minute. I need to get this on, and I can see I need to add more glue, so I'll do that in a sec. Just get it on. And get the glue under here. Okay, and I might add like a Merry Christmas stamped piece of fabric or something afterwards, but I'll have to have a think. I need to think about it. You know what I'm like. I need to think about it first. Okay, so that is just working on book covers for Christmas journals. And yeah, it does need something down there, but I can do that afterwards. I didn't get any glue under there, just a sec. And there. Now this glue does hold very, very well. It doesn't dry as fast as things like Fabri-Tac, but it does hold equally as well. You just have to be a little bit more patient with it. Okay. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll put some photographs at the end of the video of the different covers that I've done. But they are all slightly different, which I really like. And I like the inside. I loved it, all the different colors. Like that's all green and blue and linen, and that's red and a bit of orange. So there we go. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be stitching the signatures into that. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon with some more Christmas. Bye.